I'm not saying that, other farmers are wrong, because that's what they know. That's what they grew up doing. So I'm not saying they're wrong. Well, as you've seen, I got the pigs moved over. I'm trying a different method of moving them. So what I'm doing is I built that wooden gate that you saw, and so I've got two of them. I have not got the other one built yet, but I got to build. I got the one built, and I'm gonna put one on each end, one on the side that they're gonna go in, and on the other side is gonna be when I move them again, they're gonna go out that gate. And what that is to keep. I'm not going to have a wire across it, so they know that that is where they can cross without getting shocked. And that right there, what you saw, was the first time I've done that, and it worked. This method of moving is based off of what Joel Salatin does. If you hear me say Joel Salatin is a farmer in Virginia that kind of, changed the way people do farming. He does regenerative agriculture, and just does things differently, and has kind of his practices have been taken by storm. I mean, the way he does things, it just makes sense to me. Regenerative agriculture, and how he manages his animals. I mean, from his pigs to his chickens to his cows, everything, the way he does it just makes sense. And I'm not saying that, other farmers are wrong, because that's what they know. That's what they grew up doing. So I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm just saying there's different ways to do things, is what I'm saying. And I'm choosing to do a different way. That's all it is. So if there's any other farmers out there that are old school, that do things conventional, don't take it personal. It's not a personal shot. I'm just simply saying I'm doing it different. That's all it is. Joel Salatin has a book called Polyface Micro. So Polyface is the name of his farm in Virginia, but the Polyface Micro is a book that he wrote, and it's about bringing his scale of farming down to a homestead level. Meaning, a smaller acreage, smaller animal sizes, but it's scalable, from like what we got, from 2 pigs all the way up to 50, 100, how many pigs you want, or how many ever cattle you want, how many chickens you want, whatever. It's scalable from down, up, anywhere in between. But based on what he's figured out over the years, he's been doing this forever, farming, what his way is, he's been doing it forever. For 2 pigs, they need a paddock size 30 by 30. So, what is that, 900 square feet? So, for 2 pigs, a paddock size 30 by 30, which is, it's not a whole lot smaller than what I have been doing, but it's a smaller paddock. And so, with 2 pigs on that size paddock, and moving them once a week, between that 7 to 12 day range, is perfect from what he says, as far as disturbance of the soil to, over disturbance. It's perfect. And then get them moved to the next paddock. So I'm going to start doing that method. I mean, everything's still the same. The only thing that's different is I've added the gates, and the paddock size is 30 by 30, roughly 30 by 30. It's not I'm not pulling out a tape measure or anything. I'm walking it off with steps. So I'm gonna give this a shot and see if we can get some ground disturbance, but not too much. If you don't know what the 7 to 12 day reasoning for moving your pigs is, because 7 days is they're there long enough to disturb the soil. And within that 12, you don't want them there longer than 12 days, because that's when you start inviting parasites, and maybe you can turn your little paddock into a moonscape, as far as they've rooted up too much. They're not, at this point they're just compacting dirt. They're not really doing any good as far as disturbance. But a big one is when they're in an area and they're peeing and pooping and doing what they do, being a pig, that invites parasites. So if you keep them on the move, they're not going to be introduced to those parasites. They're not going to get parasites. That's why you keep them moving and keep them off of that ground. Like this pack they just left, they won't come back to this one for at least 80 days. I'm giving it time to regenerate. Throw up some new seed, some new grasses, new shrubs, whatever is in that seed bank that the pigs kind of tilled up. Whatever's in there, I'm allowing it to for them seeds to come up. I'm gonna allow them to germinate and regenerate.